Probably the most important decision you're going to make when it comes to going to a Nerf war is how much gear you're going to wear. Sure, having blasters is super important, but not having the gear to run that blaster is a death sentence. And thus, well, you can run as light as you want, like Out of Darts, who literally just shoves handfuls of rival rounds into the pockets of his cargo shorts, puts a pistol on his belt and carries his primary and calls it good. And then there's the polar opposite of that in Captain Xavier, who has so much gear, blasters, and armor that he had to buy even more gear just so he could make a separate loadout that was far, far lighter and easier to run around in. I like to think I fall somewhere in the middle of that, for I have always used my trusty battle belt, which is really just a framer's tool belt I bought from Home Depot for super cheap because it was on sale, and it's durable, it's very comfortable, and most importantly, it keeps my pants up, which is the enemy of all fat kids everywhere. And yet, I've always wanted to carry foam swords on me, and that's an easier said than done kind of thing, because I can't really put them on my hips so well. It's kind of hard to strap them to your back because then you can't really draw them, as in something I kind of said in another video that everybody disagreed with me on, and trust me, you're probably wrong. And then I'm a giant hypocrite for doing exactly what I've done right here. But stay with me here. Normally, when you have swords and you put them on your back like a doofus, well, you can't draw them. If they're in sheaths, it doesn't really work, and there's no magical anime/video game way to have them just kind of go onto your back and draw them quickly, which you're gonna look like a pretty funny guy when you're trying to desperately tug your sword out of your, back. And if it's gonna be a sword that's short enough for you to do that, what's the point of carrying it on your back? At all. However, I have figured out a way to do that at least with foam swords. When Captain Xavier and I were walking through a Home Depot, we happened to come across a magical device, which just hours earlier I was complaining it should exist, and while it's not exactly what I want, it's close enough to it. I've always looked for some kind of clamp, and I know this exists, and if you know, please let me know down in the comment section, because I know this exists, but it's a clip-like thing that when you pull it open, it's spring-loaded and it catches, and there's a plate or something in the middle, so when you put an item in there, it will immediately clamp closed, and then of course to remove it, you have to open up the clip again. I wanted something like that for the Chimera Strike, and I could not find it, which was really annoying. However, what we found at Home Depot is the next best thing. It's meant for holding your brooms and other small utensils on the wall. Damage-free. It's not supposed to damage anything, not even the wall, because it's made by 3M with their crazy cool, it's the same hanger things that you put in there and you rip out the strip thing, and you get what I'm talking about. The bad news is they're like $8 each. The good news is they work pretty well. As you can see on my back, I have 2 of the Zombie Strike Z-Blade things that are just a remake of the N-Force Vantage swords, but I can effortlessly draw it. It works perfectly well. I like this a lot, and then when I want to put it back, I just have to reach back here and snap it into place. And that's not going anywhere. It does not fall out. And I've got one on both sides on this kind of battle backpack thing that I'm building. The main inspiration for this was a Graze from Iron-Blooded Orphans. They have like a backpack that they can strap things onto because they're very customizable. And they also have like a cool little gripper thing down at the, well, usually it's at the top where they carry a long sword. I have something similar to that for carrying blasters. The only issue is I can't figure out a way to spring load it. If I could spring load it, it would be very easy, and you would think it would be very easy to do with bungee and stuff like that. It's incredibly difficult because it has to be just strong enough in order to grip a blaster, but not too strong as to, be unable to pull out. There's a very, very fine Goldilocks ratio in there that I'm not able to find right now. So I haven't finished that, and when I get done with the whole Gundam Nerf project thing, well, this is going to be covered in EVA foam and it will be my backpack. But for what I want right now, well, the Gundam holds its beam sabers on the back, the RX-78, and actually a lot of Gundams do that. And this is a very easy place to put them because I can just reach back there, unhook it, I can take 2 of them, and originally the idea was I would never have to put these back in the middle of a fight. If I were to draw these, just like a Gundam, I would just toss the swords and go back to using my primary, which would be slung or in one of my pockets or something like that. But this way works pretty darn effortlessly, and it's very easy for me to reach back, and put those back in. And like I said, these things don't come out. I thought that was a pretty ingenious solution, and thanks to Captain Xavier's eagle eye for pointing that out, which was literally at the end of a little stand thing in Home Depot. I don't know how he managed to get that lucky, but then again, he thrifted a NERF regulator before it's even been out, so what the heck do I know about luck? I just want some ideas. I mean, this is a modular design. It uses T-snaps and everything all over the place. It's made of PVC. It's not welded together yet because I knew this wasn't going to be the final design, and when it is done, I'm just going to cover the thing in EVA foam and paint it. So it will be my Gundam thing, and then I can put my shoulder pads on with the, rotary, my turrets that I have that I'm going to put on my shoulders for that, and I'm going to become a NERF Gundam. Got the helmet. I'm getting there. I really am getting there. But again, I would like your feedback on this. So let me know what you think about the whole PVC backpack sword design thing down in the comment section below. Is this something you're going to use? I sure as heck hope so, because I thought it was ingenious. And if they're properly secured, they're not going anywhere. Yes, they will pop out if they get stuck on something, but so far that's pretty much been a non-issue unless I'm walking around the house wearing this thing. And the total weight is not bad at all because it's completely connected to my battle belt in every way, which is great because it still keeps my pants up. This has been Walcom S7. Thank you very much for watching this video, and of course I hope to see you in an entirely different one. Well, probably not too much different because like I said, this is just a long-term project that I'm just now getting around to demonstrating the features of, so forget it.